Hi and welcome to Knit with Hannah. I'm Hannah. Today we're looking at profitable knitting again, and today I'm answering a question that I've had, and that is, how many different types or themes of items should I be selling when I start? Hi and welcome to Knit with Hannah. I'm Hannah. I'm here with Knitting Ladder to help you learn to knit the easy way, and we're talking about learning to sell what you knit the easy way today. And I've got a question for you. That's a question I've had via email, and that is from Ashley. Ashley isn't knitting, she's actually crocheting, but it all works together. We're selling what we make, and we're selling what we make with yarn. So it all blends in one and the other. So I'm going to ask this question now. So Ashley asks, I've learned to crochet amigurumi. Apologise if that's the wrong way you say it, I've never got my head around that. And I absolutely love them. They're definitely going to be my niche, but I need your advice on something. My goal is to crochet a few different themes like unicorns and dragons or lions and elephants for an interesting selection for a display table at a craft show or fair. Do you have any ideas or suggestions for how many different themes or types of items I should focus on? And how many of each item should I make? Okay, that's a great question, and it's one of the questions that I actually focus on quite deeply in the Profitable Knitting Secrets course. Well, let me go into it now on this very specific question. So Ashley wants to crochet unicorns, dragons, lions, elephants, that kind of thing. And you think you can find different patterns for these things, and you can find patterns for dinosaurs, all sorts of mythical creatures, woodland animals, all sorts of things. So if you're thinking, I just want to make as many of all of these as I can and I'll just throw them on a table, it's gonna look a bit confusing. So the first thing I would suggest is that you begin with a single theme. It could be dragons, it could be mythical creatures like dragons and unicorns. It could be what you would know as jungle animals. Obviously not all of them actually live in the jungle, like lions and tigers and giraffes and zebras and that kind of thing. You could also decide to knit something like woodland animals, like I said, or teddy bears, that kind of thing. So just make a choice on one of those themes. I think that's a really important thing so that people know what you're doing. You could be the dragon lady. You could become the unicorn crocheter, and that will make your business niched very much, but it will mean that everyone who says, I got this from Ashley, it's the most amazing unicorn, she does them in 3 different colours, you have to go and see, because she's got massive ones, she's got tiny ones, you are going to want one for your daughter for a Christmas present. Everyone flocks to your store because of the range that you've got, and everyone goes, wow, I wish I'd seen these before. I want one with a pink tail, I want one with a multicoloured horn, all that kind of thing could become your thing. Now, what you then could say is, I've really worked well, I've built up this brand with my unicorns, and I've realised so many people say, you got anything for a boy? I was really hoping I could get something for each of my children, but not really sure who'd want a unicorn. Then you could say, okay, I'll start a range of dinosaurs and dragons. Once you've built up the unicorns, you could then add something else. But I really do suggest that you start with a thing that makes sense. That theme will make sense overall. And yes, you can start with unicorns and dragons if you like. That will mean that you have to have fewer items that you're creating, fewer items within the themes, but you will have more of a cohesive brand. If you suddenly start making lions and unicorns, doesn't make much sense. You're going to have to really niche down into a particular theme. So let's talk now about how many different colourways you could do. Lions are one colour, generally speaking. So are giraffes and zebras. You can make them multicoloured and completely off the planet if you want. However, you know that you could also offer different sizes. So you could have 3 different sizes of lion, 3 different sizes of zebra, 3 different sizes of giraffe, and that would be your starting point. The other thing you could do is have 4 different dragon patterns and have each of them in different colours. That would mean that each of these designs, they're not unique, you can sell them each one multiple times and you make each one multiple times, but it means that you've got this cohesive brand still. I'd suggest you start with no more than 8, 10, possibly 12 variations. So you have 12 different items altogether, or 8 different items altogether. That might be 4 different dragon patterns, each of which you make in 2 colours or 3 colours. It might be 3 different animals that you make in different sizes. It might be that you have unicorns and dragons, or a range of dinosaurs, and all of those items that you make are cohesive within a theme, but you can have multiple colourways and you could have multiple sizes. But don't mix it up too much. As soon as you mix it up too much, so you've got different sizes and you've got different colours, you're going to have someone standing there or looking at your Etsy shop. They're standing there at a craft store and they're going, "Which one do you want, Lily? I can't stand here all day." And you won't sell anything because there's then analysis paralysis. The 7-year-old child is standing there going, I don't know which one I want, Mummy. Make a decision or we're going away. And it becomes this conversation that you'd wish you'd never come across. Analysis paralysis is a real thing for online shopping as well as in-person shopping. So thank you very much, Ashley, for your question. It's been great to answer it on this video. I hope that's helpful for everybody as well. We've niched into the question of niching today, and that's exactly what I suggest you do as well. Okay, thank you so much for joining me. I will see you again soon. Bye for now. See you next week, I hope. Happy knitting.